Come closer to the fire now. There you go. Nights like this, when the wind moves low through the trees, stories travel easier. Some folks say the air carries old memories, and if you listen just right, you can hear them whispering through the branches. Tonight's tale is an old one from the lands far south of here. A tale told by grandmothers and wanderers, by riversides and quiet kitchens. It's about a woman whose sorrow lingered long after her footsteps faded. Some call her a ghost. Some call her a warning. But most just call her La Llorona, the weeping woman. Don't worry now. This telling is gentle. Just a soft walk through shadows, with a lesson glowing at the end, like embers in the dark. Picture a quiet village, long ago, back when lanterns were the brightest things on earth, and nights stretched wide and endless. A river ran beside that village, slow, silver, calm. By day it sparkled like scattered coins. By night it turned dark and deep, carrying secrets beneath its still water. Folks said that sometimes, late in the evening, when the moon was high and all good people slept, a soft crying drifted along the riverbank. Not the wild cry of a wounded thing. No, this was gentle, broken, lonely. A woman's voice weaving through the reeds as if the river itself were grieving. Travelers would stop, listening, shivering though the wind was warm, and the old folks would nod slowly and say, "That's her. She walks tonight." But before she walked the river in sorrow, she was someone real, someone living, someone loved. Long before anyone whispered her name, she was simply Maria. Maria was known for her beauty, yes, but what people remembered most was her kindness. She tended to neighbors who were sick, brought bread to widows, brushed the hair of crying children, and sang them soft songs until their tears ran dry. Her voice, they said, was gentle enough to calm storms. But the world has a way of breaking the softest hearts. And one day, a heavy sorrow found Maria. Some say her love betrayed her. Some say her children were taken by fate. Some say it was a river's sudden rise on a night much like this one. No one knows for sure. Time has a way of blurring truth into something half-remembered. What folks do agree on is that grief settled over Maria like a cold mist. And one evening, when the moon was full and the village slept, she walked to the river. And her voice, once warm as summer, broke into a soft, aching cry that the water carried far, far away. After that night, people said Maria's sorrow was too deep to stay in her body. It spilled out of her like the river after a rainstorm, flowing into the world and lingering where the water moved slow. Some swore they saw her, a pale figure in a white gown, walking along the riverbank, barefoot, her hair drifting behind her as if stirred by a wind no one else could feel. But if she noticed the living, she never harmed them. She would simply lift her face to the moon and let out the softest, saddest cry a soul could make. A cry for what was lost. A cry for love undone. A cry that asked nothing except to be heard. Children would hide under blankets, listening. Grown men would pause mid-step, feeling something cold and gentle brush past them. Mothers would close their windows and whisper prayers, not out of fear, but out of respect for a sorrow they hoped never to know. Now the storytellers say, La Llorona isn't wandering to frighten anyone. No, sir. They say she walks because love that strong never really ends.
Her sorrow turned her into something caught between this world and the next, a reminder of how deep a heart can hurt and how long a memory can last. Some believe she listens for children playing by the river, not to harm them, but to protect them, to make sure no family feels the pain she felt. Others say her weeping warns travelers not to draw too close to the current at night, and a few whisper that if you hear her cry from far, far away, it's a blessing, a sign that you'll never know such heartbreak. But if you hear her close, the old folks say she's just passing by, searching the shadows for what she lost long ago. Still gentle, still grieving, still human in the quietest ways.
And now, here we are, just you, me, and this warm fire crackling against the night. Listen to the wind moving through the trees. Hear how soft it is. Some say legends fade, but I don't agree. Legends change, soften, settle into stories we tell when the fire burns low and our hearts feel open. La Llorona is not just a ghost in white. She's the echo of grief, the weight of love, the shadow of loss moving like mist above the river. But also, she's a reminder to cherish what we hold, to forgive while we can, to walk gentle on the earth, because every person you meet carries their own river of sorrow. Take a slow breath now. Let the story drift away like smoke rising toward the moon. Rest easy. The night is calm. The river is far, and the only sound here is the quiet warmth of a fire meant to keep you safe. Close your eyes. Let your thoughts settle like silt sinking in still water. And if you hear a soft weeping from somewhere distant and low, don't be afraid. It's just the old stories moving through the world, reminding us that even sorrow has a place in the great quiet of the night. Good night, traveler. Sleep deeply.